Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the options on the left to edit. It's week 3 of the National Football League, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Ravens and the Cowboys. Next on Madden NFL 25.
In between the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, it's Arlington, Texas, host to the grand mecca of football, AT&T Stadium, the home of the Cowboys. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football, and you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense, we're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another, and I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other, they study each other.
The perennial Pro Bowler, Justin Tucker, has it on the tee. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Cowboys coming out. As usual, it's Dak Prescott leading the way. Led the NFL in touchdown passes, Greg, a season ago. Already his 9th year at the helm for the Cowboys.
Anytime you cross the 500-yard threshold in a single game, Mike, you're clearly doing something right. They did not have an answer for him or this offense at all last week, and now it's up to this defense to see if they can cool off this hot arm. The good news, they've had all week to watch and come up with a game plan to take away some of the areas that he had success in last week. But to accomplish something like that against this guy, it's going to be a lot easier said than done.
A first down throw for Prescott. The catch is made. That is Russell Gage. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now, man, back for his second go-around with the Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll stick with Elliott. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Prescott to throw it on 4th down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the offense found themselves in a little bit of no man's land. They were too far for a field goal attempt, but too close to attempt a punt. So they decided to be aggressive early and go for it on 4th down. But it was the defense that turned them away with a huge stop to start this game.
The Ravens led out by the reigning MVP of the National Football League, Lamar Jackson, already season 7. Greg, he's won a couple of MVPs, and he's as talented as we see in the league.
You know, some weeks, Mike, it just seems like you just can't do anything wrong every play, every throw. It just seems like everything goes your way, and that was certainly the case last week, throwing for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tell you what, his receivers, they're coming into every game saying, we're going to get a lot of opportunities, and their quarterback can continue to play at that high of a level. There's a lot of production to go around.
Bateman is the motion man. He'll get this out wide. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. In trouble, and down he goes.
Parsons making his presence felt, and it's no secret. I mean, Mike, he's become one of the top overall defenders in the entire league. He's had at least 13 sacks each of the previous 3 seasons, and if he continues to play at that level, there's a good chance he's going to try to make it 4 by the end of this year.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson.
That's a great job defensively. Even though they let him escape the rush initially, there was nowhere to go with either their ball or as a runner, and they're able to force 4th down.
Tucker's kick is good. And the Ravens are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cowboys offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the 2 sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. The veteran Kyle Van Noy in on the tackle. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that one. Whoa! The Ravens offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. They run with the longtime Titan. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's 2nd and 6. You're going to go right back to Henry. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. That lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Aguilar goes off in motion. 3rd and short, Jackson. And that is incomplete. Rashad Bateman, the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down. So the drive ends, and on comes Jordan Stout to kick it away. Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play fake. Prescott. He's going to keep it himself.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. They'll run with Dowdle. A pickup there of 19 yards. That's good for a Dallas first down.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
They face 2nd down and 7. Now Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Now a 3rd and 2. Prescott. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
Hardy now with the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense headed back to take over once more. They'll set out in search of a first touchdown in this game. Just a pair of field goals to show. It's 3-3 as they start 1st and 10. He'll get this out to the left flat. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll find Aguilar complete. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Bateman is the motion man. He's across midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His 3rd catch goes for a first down. On play action, here's Jackson. He's got it at the 7. He is in. Rashad Bateman. Touchdown, Baltimore. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens take a 10-3 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. This one fielded at the 15. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Donovan Wilson will bring him down. 2nd and 7. Here's a carry for Dowdle. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. 3rd and 6. Dak to throw. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. He'll get out of bounds. A gain of 8, and that's going to be good enough for a first down.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Pistol now for Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Prescott now. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. 14 on the pickup. First down, Cowboys.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Second down, Prescott. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. Now Prescott. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. It is brought in the end zone. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Dallas.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cowboys will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. Hardy now with the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. All even on the scoreboard. We're back to Arlington in a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing Jackson. That's taken in by Hardy. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. He's got Hardy. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Bateman is the motion man. Look wide, get this one complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Jackson up top again. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. From the gun, Jackson. That's over the middle to the tight end, Andrews. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks, but a solid pickup on that first down play. It's the tight end, Likely, in motion. Off the play fake, Jackson. He's going to tuck it and go.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
On third down, Jackson. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking them down and took them down for a loss. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Quick throw, taken in, and that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. To the left side, he's got Ferguson. Give him 14 on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's to Ferguson once again. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. On play action, here's Dak. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll throw again. Dak. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And it looks like he's going to have a first down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs. Prescott again. Here's a screen coming for Dowdle. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, Prescott to the air. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. 3rd down coming up. To the air again. Prescott. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On for the field goal now. It's Brandon Aubrey. This one from just under 50 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys draw even as they tie the game. So the field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. Tylan Wallace now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Bateman is the motion man. On 1st and 10, Jackson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Let's give a lot of credit to the defensive plan that this coaching staff has come up with coming into today's game. Every time it seems like the offense makes an adjustment, the defense counterpunches. Different looks, different fronts, different pressure packages. They have had all the answers so far, and the sacks just keep piling up.
3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. And that is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott set to take over again. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
Well, so often we see quarterbacks standing in the pocket, holding it, seeing if they can create something downfield. Well, not that play. That play was simple. Snap the ball to the quarterback, spit it out into the hands of your receiver, and let's see what he can do.
And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down. Here's Dak to throw. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. 2nd down and 3. Now Prescott. He'll get this one to his safety valve, complete. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. A first down throw for Prescott. He keeps it himself. And he will score. Dak Prescott, touchdown Cowboys. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Henry. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. It's the tight end Likely in motion. He'll go again here with Henry. And that should be enough. He works his way forward to pick up a 1st down. Lamar going to hang on to it, and he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. On the option, they give it to Henry, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I, back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium. After this, here's 3rd and 7. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson from the gun on 3rd down. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Back to throw, Jackson. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Jackson looking to throw. They get 22 yards there. Good for a Raven 1st down.
This is an element to his game that we don't necessarily spend a lot of time talking about. He's not known as a traditional runner at the quarterback position. But when he has some space like he had here, he is more than capable of not only converting 1st downs, but picking up big chunk plays.
Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this 1st half. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now on 2nd down. Now a screen set up for Henry. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Here's Jackson. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Jackson going to keep it himself. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
Fourth down, you want to make sure you give your quarterback the option to keep the ball in his hands, and that's exactly what they decided to do, and the defense was ready. They played assignment football, everyone did their job, and they come up with a huge fourth down stop.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Prescott. Over the middle to his tight end, Ferguson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice job with the protection up front. Just nobody could get open downfield, so it's a combination of your offensive weapons have to do a better job taking advantage of that time to work and separate. But also, how impressive is that by that defense to be able to cover for that amount of time? A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
So it's halftime here in Arlington with the Cowboys in front. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. Brock Purdy with a touchdown pass to Brandon Ayuk. Next, we'll move from Southern California to Southern Nevada as we head over to check on the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. Chuba Hubbard, tough to stop there. Over 200 yards on the ground with a touchdown run as well. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Lions. Michael Wilson, a touchdown reception. It was the veteran quarterback Dak Prescott who had it working in the first half. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. This returnable for Wallace. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Ravens offense about ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the gun, Jackson. He runs with it. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Cowboys have it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
1st and 10 now from the 36. To throw is Dak. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Now a screen set up for Elliott. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. 1st down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Ravens offense ready to take over possession of the football. Our next drive getting ready to start, and we'll let you know what's coming up here later tonight. It is a good one. The Chiefs and Falcons in Atlanta. 2nd primetime appearance for the Falcons in the last 2 weeks. Then on Monday, a doubleheader comes your way. It's the Jags and the Bills in Orchard Park. Note the start time, 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Commanders and Bengals. That kicks off at the usual 8:15 starting time. It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. He's inside the 30. And he's out of bounds, but they're going to spot this inside the 25. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 42 yards.
And this is why you tailor your offense around a guy like this. I mean, every once in a while, mix in some design runs. He's got such game-changing ability with the ball in his hands, and here he rips off a big one.
He'll run again, and he'll be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and it's Henry. A short game, down to the 7. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Again, it'll be Henry. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Derrick Henry, touchdown Ravens. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Tucker's extra point, up and good. And the Ravens will even the score here in the 3rd. So back to level after the touchdown. In time for the kickoff. Short kick taken at the 17. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Cooks going in motion. Look to hit him with a jet sweep here to begin this drive. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big gain.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Prescott now. That's to the left side. He's got Ferguson. His 8th reception of the game. And good for a first down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And Marlon Humphrey is there, and he picks it off. And the Ravens are going to take over here up near the 40.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
Oftentimes, the more success you have as a quarterback keeping the ball, the more attention that you're going to get from the defense. And I think that's exactly the case here. They've been burned a few times by this guy already today, but this time they were ready for him.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
First down run here by Henry, and when he signed with the Ravens this offseason, I mean, you think back to that run he had with the Titans, Mike, over the last 6 seasons, over 8,200 yards, 80 touchdowns. I mean, one of the most productive backs we've seen in a long time. Now it's kind of scary to think he gets to join Lamar Jackson in this Baltimore backfield. They hope the two of them can be that combo to finally get this Baltimore team over the hump.
It's the tight end Likely in motion. On play action, here's Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Henry. And he'll bring this inside the 30. A gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now it's Jackson. That's complete. He's got Hardy. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. There's a short one caught by Andrews. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's a give to Henry. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd and 5. Jackson. They'll try to set up the screen here. And that screen slow to develop, and They rally to the ball and stop them. That will be no gain on the screen. Out is Justin Tucker to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Ravens will take the lead here in the third quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll run it here with Zeke. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Now he takes off.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Quick throw, taken in, and the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. To throw is Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll throw again. Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Again, Prescott to the air. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
The Cowboys get their special teams out on the field as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So that one going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. Back out is the reigning MVP of the league, Lamar Jackson, and the rest of this Baltimore offense. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. This one complete to Bateman. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Jackson. Open man is Bateman. He's got him. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. He'll try and run for this with Henry. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
3rd and short, and you come up with a big stop, taking the ball carrier down for a loss. Now you put yourselves in a position to hopefully get the ball back and give your offense a chance to go down there and take the lead.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. That one downfield for Cooks. And that is incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down. On the give, it's Elliott. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Pistol now for Prescott. There's that man again. Another catch. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In 4th quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Here's Elliott. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, here's Zeke. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Prescott. To the left side, caught by Lamb. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This game level following the made field goal. So they need to put something together here. It begins with 1st and 10. Now, Jackson to the tight end, Likely. And he's got it to the 35-yard line.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
He'll get that complete to Hardy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
They'll run it on 1st down with Henry. And that'll be a pickup of 3. They face 2nd down and 7. From the gun, Jackson. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he will get into the end zone. Isaiah Likely. Touchdown, Baltimore. What a catch and run by the tight end as he takes it into the end zone and finishes the play. Greg, you know what that's like. Tight end touchdown.
Mike, so often the tight ends are considered to be the possession guys, right? They're the guy you throw it to when you need an easy catch, you need a reliable target. But not this guy. He is a downfield weapon, and he just showed you right there what he's capable of.
Tucker, good on the extra point. And the Ravens will go up by 7. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get back to work. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive starts with a run, and it's Elliott. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to have this all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once his guy was there, it was that arm talent that put the ball in the exact right spot to allow his guy to make the big play.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Now give to Zeke out of the gun. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Back to throw is Prescott. That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to get the deficit down inside of a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. Well, every bit helps as they draw just a little bit closer. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This returnable for Wallace. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens headed back out again. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. He'll be brought down after a short pickup to about the 29. Here's 2nd and 9. Jackson now. That's taken in by Hardy. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. In motion comes Andrews. On 1st and 10, Jackson. He finds Likely, his tight end. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Anybody who thought this coach was going to get conservative with this late lead is sadly mistaken, Mike. They're out here still throwing haymakers with this passing game. They're not content with just having the lead. They're looking to increase it.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Going to start this on the ground with Elliott. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On 3rd down, Prescott. Now a screen set up for Elliott. That screen goes for 12, and that's a 1st down.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To the air again. Prescott. Open man. That's the veteran, Cooks. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. You have to wonder if next time, does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play? It was clear before the ball was snapped. This was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
From the shotgun, it's Dak. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a 1st down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now on 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. What will they do on this play? 3rd down, needing 8. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That one, taken in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, Dallas. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This returnable for Wallace. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Ravens offense ready to take over once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. It's the tight end Likely in motion. A 1st down throw for Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now the Ravens use their 1st timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Bateman is the motion man. 3rd and long for Jackson. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's 4th down. So out comes a guy who's been here before. Big spot for Justin Tucker. This to potentially send us to overtime. He banged this one, and he's got it. Gets it from long distance. They have tied things up here in the final minute. So not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. That ball intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And just what a turn of events, Mike. You have the ball. You're thinking all we need to do is milk the clock, get into field goal range, and win this thing in regulation. But now after that turnover, you find yourself now back trailing, and I'm not sure there's enough time for them to come back.
The point after now from Tucker. He knocks it through, and the Ravens will go up by 7. the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Prescott on first down. That's complete to Elliott. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Now a second down throw for Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.